And so
Great.
the more practice you get helping people one-on-one, the better speaker you'll be as well. You wake up and you're tired like everybody else, and you're putting your pants on like everybody else, but then the habits and routines are the thing that separate you from everybody else. This is a skill to develop as a speaker. Like, this is the craft that you want to work on. My man.
Hey, Evan, how are you doing?
Good. How are you, Aaron?
Doing really well. Thanks for taking the time to chat today.
Tell everybody your story, because it's a pretty crazy one.
Thank you. Appreciate it. So my name is Aaron Golub. I'm the first legally blind Division I athlete to ever play in a game. Played football at Tulane University. I was a long snapper. Went on to become a team captain and an NFL free agent. Now I'm a public speaker working to inspire and impact as many people as I can with my story and show them that anything is possible. You can overcome any obstacle, any challenge, any roadblock if you truly work hard enough and are passionate about what you do.
I love it, man. And how long ago was it? Like, when did you stop playing?
Yeah, so I finished playing at Tulane in 2018 and then did my pro day after, talked to a couple teams. Not currently playing. I mean, if the opportunity ever came, then, we'd evaluate that. But right now I'm just working and helping to impact the lives of others through speaking and with my story. Yeah.
So what does the last 2 years look like then for you?
Yeah, so after football, I definitely had a hard time at first. I talked to teams, I'd make one at first, and I, went into an industry and business, and I didn't like what I was doing at first. Was living in a city that I didn't really enjoy, didn't know a ton of people, and decided to move back to Boston, where I'm from originally. Found a career that I love. I moved in, I'm near family, near friends again, which I love, being able to have those people around. And my work now, I just kind of came to that realization where I want to be able to impact others. And I have this gift that, some people might look at it as a curse where, I was born legally blind. But my strong belief is I'm legally blind because it happened for me and not to me. And because of that, I have this ability, this mindset to help pave the way for others and help show people that you can accomplish anything. And ever since I kind of took that shift and started helping others in that way, it's been so rewarding, and I've loved doing it.
Do you find that you learn faster than other people at some things?
I think it depends on what. I mean, as funny as it is, I'm still a visual learner, which is weird. I need to see things, but the issue is I need to see things up close. I need them really large print for me to see them. And that's how I learn. So a lot of the times it takes me longer to learn because of that. But, in the same sense, I'll rely on other things. So I'll pay more attention to hearing. If I'm crossing a street, you're going to look both ways. I'll do that, but I'm really paying more attention to the hearing. And so I kind of learn things that way as well.
Yeah, it's interesting to find so many people who have some kind of, what people would consider disability. But then they turned it around not just through the sheer work ethic, because you had to work hard to get to where you are, right? And what you did. It's not
Absolutely.
It definitely didn't come easy. So there's definitely the hard work element, but I've also found it curious to find how they hacked it so that you've actually find a different way to learn that most people don't even consider, because they just think, okay, textbooks and here we go through school. And so it's awesome to see the people who've then kind of hacked their own learning style, whether it's being blind or having ADHD or, whatever it is that people would say, well, you don't have a shot, but then through the hard work plus the hacking, you make it.
Yeah. And the truth of the matter is, no matter what your challenge is, you're going to fail. I mean, I fail every single day, countless times, but the difference is every time I fail, I learn from it. I adjust what I'm doing and I get back up every single time, because you're not going to succeed if you get up once or 10 times or 100 times. You're going to succeed when you get up 10,000 times, 100,000 times. If you keep doing it time and time again. And that's kind of the thing. If you can get into that mentality and not care if you fail because you're learning from your failures, no matter what you do, you can succeed.
So while we've got this time together, is there anything I can help you with for your mission, your journey, what you're working on?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I'm trying to expand my public speaking. I'm trying to reach as many people as possible and really have an impact on them. And any advice that you have regarding, how can I get in front of more people? How can I get my message out to as many people as possible? I'd greatly appreciate that advice.
Well, you're already hitting some new people. You got people in my audience saying, so grateful to have found you. So you're getting some love here. How often are you making videos?
I actually really started this whole journey a few months ago, and I really got into the whole posting more on Instagram only a couple months ago, and I've been trying to post more consistently, but I need to get it to the point where it's every day and not, twice a week.
Especially as a speaker, this is what you do.
Yeah.
Right? If you want to be seen as a speaker, then you need to speak more. If you were, training to be going for the NFL or D1 athlete, you weren't just in the gym once or twice a week.
Absolutely.
Right? So same thing. If you want to be one of the greats, it's the daily practice, and making videos is your practice. So what's been the holdup for you? You know it. You know I have to make more content. What's been the holdup that hasn't let you to make a video a day?
I don't think there's a holdup or an excuse. I mean, my personal opinion is that every day that I don't do that, I choose not to. There's no reason. There's no excuse. Everything I do in life, if you don't do something, don't have an excuse. Own that you're not doing it. And the simple fact is I own that I'm not making a post every day. I mean, at first, I think my mindset was, okay, I don't really post on Instagram that much. Let's start easing into this whole daily posting. And that's why I was, once a week, twice a week, multiple times a week. But, the truth of the matter is I could have been posting every day and I haven't been. There's no excuse. There's no reason. I just need to do it.
I guess it's more like with the story in your head. Is it that you don't know what to say? Is it that you don't perform well when there's no audience? Is it you don't know, your gear isn't good enough? Like is it all of that? Like what's the story in your head?
No. Yeah. I think the biggest thing for me is I've never, I love speaking in public. I love talking to others. I love doing interviews. But I've never been, I've never really done the whole or been a fan of me doing the whole of, taking my phone, just taking a selfie video and making a minute speech. And, but I have to understand that is something I need to do. If I want to be a top speaker, if I want to be a world renowned public speaker, I need to do that. There's no reason why I shouldn't do that.
Have you done Instagram lives?
I've done a couple, but not a ton. That's something I'm trying to get into more. And, one of the things that I'm trying to do is reach out to a bunch of people like yourself and just say, hey, can I get advice from you? And, a lot of people don't respond. Some people do, but, the people who do respond, I really greatly appreciate it. And it's incredible to just hear different points of view and opinions and just trying to expand my network.
I mean, I liked it. You reached out. We saw your story. I get a lot of DMs, but I liked how you position it. So it's I would copy and paste whatever you sent me to other people. That was great. But I'm thinking more Instagram lives on the flip side, where you're helping people. You're not asking for advice or doing an interview. You're coaching.
So reach out and have someone on and kind of work with them on the Instagram live. Okay.
Yeah. So how many people follow you right now on Instagram?
I think about 23 or 400.
Great. You DM them and you say, hey, I'm starting a new show. I'm coaching 25 minutes every day at 1:00 Eastern or, whatever. Mm-hmm. Do you want to be a guest? You come and you ask any problems you have. I'll coach you through it. And
awesome.
For free, 100% free. I want to help you. And hopefully by people hearing your story too, they get inspired. So together we can send a message of hope and inspiration to the world, to anybody who's watching.
That's a great idea.
And they're already following you, right? So it's not a cold, who is this guy who's hit me up, right? They know you somewhat. They like you. Maybe you've got a few more followers after doing this together. And not everybody's going to say yes, but it's not like you only have 4 followers. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you got a big pool.
And it's not like I'm saying, hey, would you like to, pay me to coach you? I'm offering, hey, I'd love to do this for free. I'd love to get to know you and help you any way that I can. Would you want to go on an Instagram live with me? Yeah.
Whatever questions you have, I want to see you win. Right.
Thank you.
And then people will come on. Yeah. I mean, some people will be way too camera shy and never do it, but you've got enough in your existing following pool that some people will say yes. That's what I did. That's what helped grow my Instagram channel at the beginning, but also I just love doing it. I think you'll love it. I think you'll just enjoy being able to see somebody, even though, you're legally blind, but be able to to see the person and know that you're having an impact. I think that's how you step one in. And then you can get to making the video content. Because when you can imagine that when you're speaking on stage, you're not speaking to 1,000 people or 5,000 people or whatever. You're speaking to individuals.
Yeah.
And the more that you coach and help people, you realize, oh, these are the people who are showing up in the seats that I'm speaking to.
Okay.
And
Great.
so the more practice you get helping people one-on-one, the better speaker you'll be as well. Because you know exactly what they're going through, right? So this is the practice. You don't just show up on game day and play. It's all the practice in the weight room and the reviewing tape and all that. And I think you just have a lot more fun.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. It's something that as soon as I really picked this journey of going into speaking and trying to help others through my story, I mean, I've loved every step along the way. And it's almost that adrenaline rush that I haven't had since playing football. It's just, every time I step up, whether it's over Zoom lately because of the pandemic or in-person events, there's that thrill that comes across you when you get to speak to a crowd of people, and it's so much fun. But, doing that on that smaller level not only gives you the practice, it allows you to relate to people on a more one-to-one basis and learn what people might want to hear on that larger scale.
100%. And I think for you, I think it'll just feed your soul, dude. Like, I think I've connected with a lot of the top speakers in the world, and there's some who just really, really deeply care about people. Mm-hmm. And I feel that in you. It's like you really care about people. You really want them to get the shift that they need and to stop making excuses. Like, somebody's going to come and tell you that I can't do this because I don't have, a good phone or something. And you say, dude, I'm legally blind and I'm doing this. Right? It's like, what excuse can somebody throw at you?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're giving people the permission to go off and do the thing that they're afraid to do. So I think for you, it's a winning strategy in that, yes, it makes you a better speaker, but it also will fill the soul for you and give you the momentum that you need to get to where you want to go.
Definitely.
And then somebody will see it. Like, somebody will see your IG live and say, who's this guy? Never heard of him. What a story. We should have him on our show to XYZ, right? You keep doing
Absolutely.
it. When I got back from LA, I decided on the plane ride home that I was going to do it. Mm-hmm. And I booked the first 5 guests myself. I did the same thing I'm telling you to do, right? So like, I ate the dog food. This is exactly what I did. I messaged 5 people who were in my followers on the airplane on my way home. And I said, hey, I'm starting a new show. Can you do Monday at 1:00? Can you do Tuesday at 1:00? I booked my first 5 people myself. And then that started the show to now whenever I go live, there's always people who want to join in live.
Yeah.
So once you start building up momentum for it, people will just know, hey, every day at 1:00, he's going live. Maybe tomorrow I'll raise my hand, where you won't even have to book guests anymore. People will just show up. Mm-hmm. But for the first couple of weeks, you book your guests yourself and you create that consistency. I think you'll crush it, dude. I think that's your next best step. And then you can even take pieces of that and cut it down to 1-minute clips.
Great. Awesome. And, that's a great point there too, because if I'm talking with someone on a call, I mean, I've seen somewhat of what you do, kind of posting things on your Instagram through that. It allows you to have that content that, that speaking where you don't have to go back and edit it. You're in the moment speaking it. It's not like I sit in front of a computer and say, what do I want to talk about now? I give advice based on what we're talking about. It's not, I really think about it. I think it's a lot better when it's natural anyways.
Yeah. So if you're talking to someone for 25 minutes, there's going to be probably multiple moments of gold in there that then you can cut into a 1-minute clip to put to your Instagram. Yeah, I think it's great. I think that's like a daily show, whether it's 5 times a week or 7 days a week, depending on how badly you want it. Mm-hmm. And all you have to do is show up. Like, you're not preparing, you're not memorizing a script. You don't even know what they want to talk about. You just show up and say, hey, I'm here. How can I help? Mm-hmm. And you're relying on your story and your empathy and your care to help get them through whatever they're going through. So it's literally just 25 minutes a day.
Awesome.
Right?
Thank you.
The next step up from there on top of the show would be stories. I do IG stories. Are you doing IG stories?
Yeah, no, I do stories. I haven't been doing many, selfie of me talking, like I mentioned, but I'll do stories of posts of people I think are interesting, or my posts, or just, random things that I see that I want to share with other people.
I do you talking.
Mm-hmm.
To practice getting it down. Now the minimum is 15 seconds. You can hold your thumb on it for longer to go for, a minute if you want to, but I'm just trying to lower the threshold so that you can get the momentum that you need so you can start building it. Ultimately, you're going to have your own crew. Ultimately, you're going to have your own studio. Ultimately, like as you build this thing up, you're going to have a team of people who will take care of a lot of the stuff for you. So what can you do yourself at the beginning? You do your coaching sessions daily, and then IG lives, something as simple as a morning message.
Yep.
Like 15 seconds to start your day. Every day I want to hear what you've got to say. Whether it's a message that you like give yourself. I don't know if you talk to yourself in the morning, or you read, or you pray, or whatever you do to get kind of ready for the day. Share that.
Absolutely.
Like,
awesome.
You have some kind of morning routine?
Yeah, no, every morning I have a routine. So I wake up, early, depending on the day, usually between 5 and 5:30, take a cold shower. I do some reading, do some meditation or breath work. I work out, have breakfast, and then get to work.
Yeah. So like just before you get to work, the last step is sharing 15 seconds on Instagram. So whatever came to you, there's so much that happened to you already through, a dream that you might have had last night, to the cold shower and what's going through your head, through the workout and how you're pushing yourself, through maybe, the voice in your head while having breakfast. Like there's all these moments for inspiration through that first hour or 2 hours or whatever it's taking to go through all that in the morning. And then just before you start your day, whatever that looks like, 15 seconds, tell me something.
Awesome.
Set me up for my day, right? Like you wake up and you're tired like everybody else, and you're putting your pants on like everybody else. But then the habits and routines are the thing that separate you from everybody else.
Absolutely.
So the mindset that you have at the end of your routine is a lot stronger than what you had going into your routine. So at the end of the routine, just before you're ready to start your day, you're feeling pumped, you're feeling bold, you're feeling confident, like I'm ready to go take on this day. Like I'm going to own this Monday or whatever day. Sharing that as a gift. So other people may not, definitely don't have the routines that you do, definitely don't have the habits that you do, definitely don't have the resilience and the persistence and the mindset that you do. And so you're giving them that little gift every morning to help them feel the way that you feel. And as a reminder, you might be the only positive person in their life.
Awesome. Thank you. That's phenomenal advice. Really appreciate it.
And it's 15 seconds. I mean, you might take 15 seconds or a minute to think about what you want to say, but this is a skill to develop as a speaker. Like this is the craft that you want to work on. And I think those two things combined. So 15 seconds in the morning of your message. And if it takes you 30 to record it because you're going to hold it and go on, awesome. And imagine somebody needs that little boost every morning. They're going to get it from you in that message. And then the daily IG live show, 25 minutes. That's your like next, do that consistently for the next month. That's some good homework.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your time today.
Yeah, man. Cool. Anything else I can help you with while you're here?
I mean, I guess just any other advice. I mean, I have this opportunity to talk to you. Might as well learn from you. What, any other advice for getting in front of events and teams and things like that, or kind of take the small steps and, do the outreach as I'm going?
So there's two ways to do it. There's sales and marketing. Outreach is the sales, which you're already starting to do, right? Like it's how you contacted me and said, hey, I'm first, Division I athlete, blind. So you can continue to do that. And I would look at people who you kind of mess with already. People look at who you're already following, look at people who you like their world, even though they may not know you. It's the marketing side that I think you could pull up, which is creating the content to attract people to you. For the outreach, how many are you doing in a day?
It really depends, because I do a variety of messages over email and messages on Instagram. So it really depends, what I have time for, who I find. I really try and be particular about who I reach out to. I reach out to a lot of teams to try and talk to them. I reach out to nonprofit organizations to talk to them. But then for the Instagram outreach, I focus on, people like yourself, people who platforms like you that I relate to, that I enjoy looking at their material, and I focus on really putting in the time to choose who I reach out to instead of just reaching out to any random person.
So to help with the sales and the outreach, what I would do is take this clip, like take our interview. I'll save it on IGTV so you have a link to it. And then look through my followers, like the people who are following me. There's 190,000 of them, and see who you like, and reach out to them to say, hey, I did this with Evan, and here's the link. I'd love to do something with you.
Awesome.
My name means something to some people. It means zero to a lot of people, right? Like some guy down the street in Boston say, hey, I did this with Evan. Like, who the heck is Evan? But the people who follow me know me, right? Because they're following me. So
absolutely,
you take this link, and as part of it, like, oh, he did it with Evan? Huh, okay. You just get a second look. They're much more likely to respond. And then you do that for everything. For any charity that you do something with, you look at who's following them, right? Like, oh, you did this with them? Okay. And it may surprise you that some big people or big opportunities open up. And I love it. Like, if you can use my name to then get somewhere else, it's the best, dude, because I want to see you win.
Awesome. Thanks so much, man.
So I would do that, and then I would look back at the tape of your sessions. Not so much these, but when you're coaching people. Mm-hmm. So just like in football, right? Like, you watch tape back. Did I all the things that you look at on the tape? I don't even know what you look at, but you spend hours watching tape. Watch yourself back. It'll be humbling. You might have thought you did a great job helping somebody, and you watch it back like, oh man, I missed that, and I missed that, and I missed that. That's how you get better. So when you start your show, you do it for 25 minutes or 10 minutes or 15, however you want to do it. Mine are 25. And then you watch it back after to see what you missed, to see how you could have been better. Mm-hmm. It'll take you a while before you get to the point where it's like, I don't know, I've got nothing. I thought it was great. I crushed that whole thing. You'll usually you're your own worst critic. And so you can watch it back and then make it better for next time.
Awesome. Thank you. Really appreciate all the help and guidance from today, Evan.
Cool, man. I love it. Want you to win. For anybody watching, you want them to dive into your journey. Where's the best spot for them to go?
Yeah, so 2 places. For my Instagram, I post content there. And after this conversation, I'll be posting a lot more. It's at Aaron J. Golub. And then also check out my website, aarongolub.com. I have a whole description of my story, articles, videos that I've been in, and that's kind of also how you can reach out for speaking opportunities as well.
Cool, man. I love it. And I'm just super pumped to look back on this in a year and say, dude, look at what he did. It's amazing.
Thank you. Really appreciate that.
Cool. Much love, man. Do the work. I know you will.
If you want to see another awesome one-on-one I did with an entrepreneur just like you, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.